What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Endure, Believe, Rise. I hope this message reaches you in good energy. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health. So today we're going to do another moment that gets me hyped. Now, if you're on your way to the gym, like I am, if you're about to get a workout in, if you're about to do something that requires you to increase your chakra, your energy levels, to increase your spiritual pressure, if you're about to get a hard days in on work and you need to get pumped up, need to get hyped, this moment is for you. So today's moment that gets me hyped comes from the new HBO series spinoff of Game of Thrones called A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Now I'm gonna pause right here. I'm gonna pause for the cause to let everybody know going forward. There's gonna be a bunch of spoilers. If you haven't seen the series yet, I do highly recommend you watching it. And if you care about spoilers, stop right now, go watch the series, come back and watch the video. If you don't care about spoilers or you need a reason to watch it, this moment right here should get you going. Anyway, the moment that gets me hyped is toward the end of the series. I believe it's episode 5 or 6, depending on how many years. I think there's 7 episodes, so it's episode 6. Anyway, it's third to the last, if I'm not mistaken. And without giving too much away, but with giving some backstory, our protagonist, our main character, finds himself in a pickle. He is set to compete in a competition that is going to decide his fate. And he cannot compete unless he has the equal amount of players to his opponents. So he tells the game official, look, I'll go ahead and compete with that. They said it's not allowed. You have to have the. So he says, well, I need a moment with the lords and the nobles, right? Because the lords and the nobles are watching the competition that's about to happen, along with all of the audience from the surrounding villages and whatever, right? So he goes to the lords and the nobles, all the royalties of Westeros, and he pleads with them and says that he did nothing wrong for this to happen. The only thing that he did was defend justice, right? He defended the oath that he took. He followed that oath. So he asks them, he tells them, look, your sons and your daughters will follow your examples. And I ask you today, who will stand and fight with me? And it's a good speech. For me, it got me like hype, like man, let's roll, right? So you see this mountain of a man, and I mean mountain of a man, stand up, huge dude, right? He stands up, and you think right then it's like, oh, this is it, right? This is the guy who's going to choose to go ahead and to stand with our protagonist. Well, he then lets out a large, long, flaccid fart, big old fart, and everybody starts laughing, like, at the protagonist. And you're like, dang, man, this is it for him, right? He's going to have to either go out there and compete, shorthanded, or they're not going to let him compete at all. So after the crowd kind of dies down a little bit, he says, I refuse to believe that that nobility, that honor, has abandoned the noble houses of Westeros. And this is the moment that gets me hyped when he says this. Are there no true knights among you? And they all kind of like shamingly look away. And then the gates open, right? The gates open, and a knight in all black with red trim, with the dragon emblem comes through and takes his helmet off. And it's revealed that knight is the guy who has been introduced earlier in the series to be the in lineage, in line for the kings for the throne, right? He's next in line, right? The successor to the throne. And he takes his helmet off and he says, I will stand with Sir Duncan. And the crowd goes crazy. And his brother, who's on the other side, he says, are you mad? Have you taken leave of your senses? This man attacked my son. And then the successor to the throne, our bold and daring hero, he says, this man did nothing more than any true knight has sworn to do, which is defend the innocents. Let's let the gods figure out what his what his sentence should be, right? And they all kind of mug him on the other side, and they start galloping away. And then the successor to the throne, he puts his knights on, gives him a nod, and goes to get in line. And the closing moment, this is the ultimate moment that gets me hyped. This is the part that when I'm like about to get that last rep in at the gym, when I'm like, let's finish strong. This moment right here, the last segment. So they're about to roll credits. The last picture, the last panel, right, is a picture of Sir Duncan, and his face is not a picture, but a frame of Sir Duncan, and his face goes from shocked to like ready, and he just rides off on his horse, and it cuts to black, and then you see the credits, and then it leaves you on a cliffhanger for the next episode. So that's the moment that gets me hyped, because at the end of the day, I mean, man, like I was so upset with myself too, because I could have watched the series and waited and been like and binged it, but because I was watching it in real time as each episode came out every month, now I'm sitting there for a week just hyped, just like I want to see the battle now, right? But hopefully that guys, that's the moment that gets you hyped. If you haven't checked out A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms or any of the Game of Thrones spin-offs or the original, I do highly recommend it. Big graphic, bit violent, sometimes even over the top, but very entertaining. There are some powerful messages in there, like that one, which is, don't give up on yourself, don't give up on people, right? Even in the darkest hour, I've always seen humanity come back from its brink, right? And that's because of our unity, our strength together, our tenacity, our resilience, right? And I mean, more than anything, don't give up on yourself and don't give up on your dreams. Don't. If there's a will, there's a way. You know what you want, and the universe and God will conspire to make sure that that happens, as long as you know what you want. All right, guys, that's the moment that gets me hyped. I need y'all to take care of yourselves. Please, be kind to one another. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.